Welcome to Drawing Conclusions. Today we are reviewing Peter Rabbit, based on the tales of Beatrix Potter and starring James Corden as the voice of Peter Rabbit, Domhnall Gleeson as the great-nephew of the original Potter villain, Mr. McGregor, Rose Byrne as Bee, an artist friend to Peter and his pals, and Daisy Ridley, Margot Robbie, and Elizabeth Debicki as Peter's three sisters, Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail. This version draws character names, designs, and some personalities and basic premises from the original Potter stories, but it's not a retelling of any of her stories and instead puts a modern spin on the classic children's tales.
Based on the trailer, this movie looked like it was going to be terrible.
Yes.
Josh and I were not excited about seeing it.
No.
Any parents out there can relate to what I'm about to say, that sometimes your kids want to watch stuff that's just dreck. It's just awful, right?
Yeah.
And you kind of have to suffer through it. We really try to dissuade our children from watching such things, but you know, kids will be kids, and sometimes they like stuff that's just bad. And we thought that that was the experience we were going to have when we went to watch this show. But it actually turned out to be much better than we were expecting. It's a bit uneven, and there were moments when my mind wandered. It felt a little longer than an hour and a half to me.
Yes.
It was still a pretty decent show with some truly humorous moments as well as some really tender-hearted ones.
Right. And, you know, some of the jokes and gags were a bit overused and or dragged on way too long. And a bit too many pratfalls, and Domhnall Gleeson's young Mr. McGregor was made to look way too much of a fool. But there were some running jokes that worked too. The movie pokes fun at some typical movie conventions, and those are some of the moments that I most enjoyed. As for the digital characters, they were convincing and cute, and the setting in the countryside, English countryside, is idyllic and charming.
Yeah, I thought the performances were pretty good. I got a kick out of seeing Sam Neill playing the older Mr. McGregor at the beginning of the show.
Unrecognizable to me. I didn't know who that was.
And the voice actors were well cast, I thought. And James Corden in particular really did a fine job as Peter Rabbit. He really captured his mischievousness, his overconfidence, and his heart in one lovable package.
Now, the movie also incorporates Beatrix Potter's original artwork from her tales, as well as some of the animated sequences that were done in a similar style, which to me was a lovely touch. Her illustrations are truly beautiful, and this really did harken back to that stuff, and part of me wished that the movie would have been done in these old animation styles. It was really gorgeous.
Right, but if they had done them in the old animation styles,
they would have changed the story.
The story would have been changed quite a bit, because it wouldn't have fit the tone of the movie.
No, not at all. Overall, we give this movie 3 carrots out of 5. Not quite a full day's recommended serving. Not a great movie, but not bad, and certainly not as bad as the trailers would have you believe. If your kids are begging to see this, you'll survive with your sanity intact.
Yeah, so speaking of Beatrix Potter's artwork, Josh was inspired by her illustrations to create his own watercolor illustration to go along with this review. And in case you're not entirely clear about what's going on in this picture, here we have Peter Rabbit doing Carpool Karaoke with Adele, Gwen Stefani, and Dave Grohl. And if you've never seen the Carpool Karaoke bits that James Corden does sometimes with guests on his show, it's definitely worth looking at. Thanks for watching our review of Peter Rabbit. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you're interested in purchasing any of Josh's artwork, you can find a link to where you can do that in our video description down below. You can also find out how to follow us on Instagram and Facebook in the video description. Thanks.
Thanks.